Hello. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. It's like it usually is set up. Like I don't change it. But then if it doesn't allow me to show the because there's something about the children's program. I don't know, but if it's public or if it's for older, they also don't let me. Like they don't let me. They don't like the option to habilitate or to enable the chat is always pressed. Like it's always there. It's always arranged. So I don't know why now it's like this. Yeah, but it was for the typical that is not for children, and it just it wouldn't let me like it wouldn't enable the chat anyways. I watched the entire Risa Tisa story. It was crazy. I told you it was crazy. I told you it was so crazy, so crazy. How are you guys? Yeah, like honestly, the other day happened the same, Gabby. The same, and actually I didn't touch anything, so I don't know why it didn't like the chat wouldn't appear even if it was set up like always. I didn't change it. But what did change is the setup. Like there's something about the format of the lives, the option is not where it used to be. They change the format, they change the ways to set up a live before. They changed something. YouTube did. They sort of changed the interface. I don't know what they did. And after they did that, now I'm having this trouble. But I never like it. It's like it always is. So guys, if you keep spamming, I'm going to block you. I already have a list of what I'm going to read today. So. Yeah, they probably did. Uh, yes, the dynamic reading. I don't read reverse. I don't read reverse. But it depends. I know how to read reverse, so it depends. It depends. If sometimes it jumps out in reverse, I take it, but it depends. It's something very personal. It's something that it has to do with me and how I feel it in the moment. But usually all my cards and my tarot deck are upright. I know how I leave them. I look at them. I try to make sure that they are not on reverse because that's up to me. But if all the cards are upright, there's one that comes like in reverse, I take it. Sometimes, maybe I don't. There's some oracles that also they come in reverse, and I fix them. I put them upwards again because I know that probably that was my mistake. It's not that the card wanted to come out like this. But there's people that read with reverse. For me it looks messy. I don't know. It looks a bit like. The readings for today. Hey Marushka. Hey Samara. The readings for today. We have the friendship readings today. We have someone said Chenle and Renjun. We have EXO Kai and Dio of Kyungsu. Then Enhypen, Sunghoon and Nikki, G-Idol, Mijeon and Sana Twice. That I didn't know. I don't know if they're friends. NCT, Yuta and Taeyeon, NCT, Jaehyun and Chaewoo, Woohyun and Sungyu of Infinite, Treasure, Haruto and Jeongwoo. I don't remember those. Haruto I do remember. That one, Jeongwoo, I don't remember him. Jeji and Hyunjin. Jeji from ITZY and Hyunjin from Stray Kids. 80s, Sun and Seonghwa. And 17, Wonu and Mingyu. And then last, I have Chenle and Renkyun. I have a lot. I have a lot. So I'm going to start very soon because I have a lot of people. While I was waiting to get the live going, I mean, look my incense stick. It's already ending. It's already ending. So much waiting. Yeah, there's a lot for today, yeah. And also, yesterday I was taking my nail polish off, and I realized that I had the list on the phone and I had to write it down. So I was trying to not ruin my nails, and I would grab the pen like this and I would try to write down. I cannot understand my reading. It's awful. It's awful. But I did my best. I did my best to write it down because then I'm like, oh, who are they? Who are the people? Yeah, next Saturday I'm going to do the Pisces idols. So I'm probably going to put a post, a community post, so you guys can leave in the comment section your favorite Pisces idol. And today is a new moon. Today is, I believe it's not new moon. It's a full moon in Virgo, I believe, in Virgo. I have a new Pisces idol. I like. That's great. So next Saturday is going to be all dreamy. Uh-huh. Yeah, we have read for 10 a lot of times actually. Yeah. I do get a lot of compatibility readings for 10. 10 is very popular. He's very popular. He is the favorite of a lot of people to um, to ask for a compatibility reading. 10 and Kai, those two. Hey Fluffy. They are messy, yeah. They are a bit messy, yeah. They are confusing. Nice, not traumatic, but all over the place, yeah. The energy is so Pisces, yeah, so Pisces. Very well, Fluffy. Fighting with the new setup of YouTube that I don't know. I don't know what changed in the way they changed something about the features of the live stream, and I don't know why sometimes the option the chat appears blocked, and you too, Hope. Okay, good morning. Yeah, I was thinking like I don't know how um, you're going to get actually. Because it's not the typical the typical set. You know that I always share the link. Who are these people? Thank you, Fluffy. Have you considered doing a live somewhere else, like TikTok, Twitch? I never tried Twitch actually. And TikTok, I haven't reached the 1,000 um, followers, I guess it's called. I only have 200. I believe. I think I still haven't reached the 200. But in the channel that I do have more than 1,000 is the Spanish one, my personal TikTok that is in Spanish. Twitch is nice. From what I heard, people quite like it. I should try, right? I never done it. Is it similar like YouTube one? Just in TikTok, there's always going to come up like some random people just talking nonsense. And you do have to also get a lot of moderators for TikTok because people are nasty on TikTok. Especially for tarot readers, because like me personally, I don't follow tarot readers on TikTok. I only follow a friend that she's a tarot reader. She has a lot of followers in Argentina, and she does lives. She does tarot reading lives. She charges for them, but she has moderators. She has people in there that work for her because the people in the comment section are awful. People use it a lot. I believe I did watch some Twitch on the pandemic. Yes, people are nasty on any social media. Comment Lucas got today for his new documentary Arbile. Oh. Yeah, I was reading that because I was trying to find that you mentioned that Marushka about him having this documentary coming up. Wow! Finally, we're going to see some material result of his experience. Remember that I always got these very slow pentacle cards that I would be like, okay, I know the guy is practicing. I know there's something, but I couldn't see what it was. Because I wouldn't say like, oh, it's work. I know he was preparing himself, but he had been preparing for a while. Like, I believe I read on TikTok someone that mentioned that they cry. That he said a few things and that some fans were like feeling very emotional because of what he was expressing. Oh, it's already out on his YouTube channel. Oh, I'm going to go watch. People are also hating a lot on Twitter for Lucas. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Lucas' name of YouTube channel. Yeah, I believe that was that was what someone was. I remember seeing that in the cards that he was very like now not so much, not so much. Like this probably when I read also last year he was a bit more calm, a bit more like mentally okay, not great but okay. Uh, but I remember the first year it was. Mm. And also the same they're doing with this Rice member. They are throwing him in the darkness, like, and we don't know anything about him. Yeah, there was. Mm. Yeah, the one, the short baby and chili stuff. That was long time ago. That was. Remember? Okay. I'm going to start, guys. So because I do have a long list. So wait. I'm going to write down the timestamps because then I go crazy. Huh? Okay. EXO, Kai, and Dio. Kai, Dio. Their friendship. Yeah, from Kai perspective, we have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. This is for Kai. And this is from Dio's side, we have the Two of Wands and the Moon card. So definitely Dio misses Kai a lot. I can see a bit of nostalgia in him. And then from the Oracle, they got the card of Saturn Saturn in Scorpio, inheritance. So definitely, I think that when it comes to their friendship, from Kai perspective, I see much more like action. I see like much more, like probably a stronger willpower to communicate. It's like, okay, let's go, let's do this, let's talk about it, let's go here, let's go out, let's do this, let's do the other. Like a bit much more of initiative and excitement. I think that definitely Kai is the one that makes things move in the relationship, especially when it has to do about speaking up. Probably Kai also advises Dio to speak up a bit more and to be a bit much more spontaneous. It's like, come on, let's do this. Let's go and be wild. Let's be spontaneous. Let's move. Let's be brave. From Dio's perspective, I think that Dio is someone that he's a bit nostalgic in the connection, but also I think that he's a bit there's a lot of uncertainty about his future. Probably he's also thinking about himself, and there's something about him probably feeling a bit like okay, I don't know how I feel, or I know how I feel, but I don't know how to express it correctly. And I think that there's something about him missing Kai's energy or Kai's influence. With the moon card, I think that definitely Dio is feeling very lonely, probably. Like he's feeling like the guy definitely has projects. He's always like looking at the future. He's always looking at new things to do, probably new chapter in his life, like new projects, like a new goal. But nevertheless, with the moon card, there's a bit of like darkness and confusion for him. There's something about him not being able to see clearly. I don't know if he gets confused from time to time, but I think that definitely in his dynamic with Kai, I can see that probably Kai is the one that pushes Dio to be much more expressive. It's like, okay, do you want to talk about it? Like, do you want to, like I will help you get out of this. I will not let you get into this moon episode. I will not let you get like all serious and overthinking and just like going inside yourself and not talking to people and just like, just with your heads in the clouds. Like, no, let's go out, let's do things, like let's like, but I think that probably from Kai's perspective, probably is also a bit, sometimes he can feel a bit weird about, like, okay, it seems like I'm always the one that reaches you out. Like, I'm the one that always takes the initiative. You don't take the initiative. And probably now with Kai not always being there, there's something about Dio thinking like, oh, like I miss his initiative, or I miss his energy. Like now that he's not with me, I somehow feel a bit lost. I feel a bit confused. There's something about that I feel about Dio's energy, that I feel like he's a guy that he reflects a lot about connections, or okay, should I do more for this connection? Like, should I participate more? Should I say more? Should I engage more? But at the end, with the moon card, he just stays the same. I think that he just is in his mind a lot. He probably plans a lot in his mind. He's like, okay, I'm going to change the dynamic. This time, I'm going to be the one that initiates things. But at the end, he doesn't go alone with what he had planned. It's like he sort of stays in his gray area. He doesn't move. He's a guy that probably he misses people, or he wants to see people, or he thinks about his loved ones, but he's not going to be the one that is going to reach out to you. You are going to have to put the effort. Because for him, it's like, yeah, he has that idea. It's not that he doesn't think about the people that he loves, or that he doesn't remember them. It's just that he sometimes lives in a very confusing state of mind. I don't know, feels a bit disconnected. And this is not the first time that I get this vibe from Dio. I usually get this vibe from him very often, that is about him thinking like, yeah, maybe I should be much more active and call this person and let them know how I feel, and just do more to show appreciation. And actually he then ends up not doing anything, but he thinks about it, he thinks about it. Um, Thank you, Fluffy. You're on fire today. um, and then, yeah, with the card of Saturn in Scorpio inheritance, definitely there's something about them. I don't know, they have this bond that is very strong and is very personal, because there's something about both of them having the same karma, or having um, inherited, or having like something about their families had been transferred to them, or they have the same level of responsibility in their bloodline or in their family. So both of them feel how rigid or how tough is to be themselves. Like, of course, both of them are Capricorn, so definitely it makes sense. There's a bit of heaviness, a bit of like, oh, life is tough, and I'm glad that we found each other, because we sort of get each other's baggage. It's like you know what I went through, or you know how hard life is for me, or you know that sometimes I'm slow into making certain decisions. It's not because I don't want to, it's because for me it's not easy to advance or to make a decision or to make a move just like everyone else. Also, probably they in the family or in the environment that they grew up in, there's a lot of heavy secrets or a lot of heavy family dynamic that they sort of have to keep and sustain that dynamic, maybe because they are the males in the family, they are the boys in the family, the men in the family. So there's a lot of burden for them. And it feels like this burden and a bit of trauma, I would say, they share this with each other, and they're like, you get me because you went through the same as me. You feel the weight of Saturn on me. Like, if you notice, this is Saturn in Scorpio, so, and both of them are Capricorn. So it makes sense that probably both of them feel the weight on their shoulders about like either what the family wants out of these guys or what the society wants out of them. And this is why there's something very heavy about like legacy and inheritance, and like, okay, you must do right in this moment, because we depend on you. You are the man, you are the oldest, or you are the man in the family. You are like our precious boy in the family, so we are all like looking up to you. We are all waiting for you to be great, for you to be, amazing. So I see Kai's energy a bit much more carefree. Like, he is the free soul. He's like the one that reminds Dio that, he shouldn't get that pessimistic, that they can have fun from time to time. But Dio feels a bit much more stuck. Dio feels a bit much more. It's not that he's not unhappy. It's not that the guy is suffering. But I think that sometimes for him to take the next step, it's a slow process. It's a slow process. It's a process where sometimes he doesn't know why he's doing what he's doing. It's like he doesn't see the purpose. It's very weird, because I feel like he cannot connect. It seems like he needs other people to guide him, because it seems like he literally cannot see straight. It's like either he doesn't have when you are street smart or something like that, when you're very very quick to catch other people's intention, and you get it, and you're like, oh, I know what you're trying to do. But Dio doesn't have that. Dio is a bit much more innocent. He is a believer. He believes in the future. He believes he will have luck and that his moment will come. But he needs someone that is like shakes him up a bit, and I think that Kai is that friend. Kai definitely is that friend. That's why I see him like sort of thinking about Kai's absence and reflecting. And I know that it's not that they don't talk, that that he's not that Kai is gone forever. But I feel like he thinks about that. He's like, oh, and he just stays in there. Okay, I'm going to continue with Enhypen, Sunghon, and Nikki. Enhypen, Sunghon, and Nikki. Well, this one was for Nikki. Nikki got 3 cards. Okay. From Sunghon's side, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So from Sunghon's side, he's very professional. he is like very professional, very like organized, Then from Nikki's side, we have the Star, Four of Pentacles, and then this last card jump out that is the Empress. So, and then from the Oracle, they got the card of Jupiter in Gemini Bluff. So definitely they are very different. They are very different. I think that for Sunghon thinks, I think that he's very much like, he's a pro. He's a professional. He's someone that he thinks about like, okay, how can we improve our dynamic? How can we improve our synastry? Like our energy together. Like how can we be better? Like I want to make us look good, and I want everyone to respect us. And he sort of thinks a lot about status and about how other people view them. Especially when they interact. For him, it's all about work. There's something about him, like thinking about Nikki, like I would say like a sort of co-worker. Like he's like, okay, we are in this team together, we have to do our best. We have to be the best, because I think that he can also be motherly from time to time because he's represented here by this Queen of Pentacles. So definitely Sunghon is the mature one, but he also thinks he's very much thinking about, okay, how does this makes us look good? How can we improve ourselves? Like how can we have like more interactions so people can see us and when they see us, I want us to look our best. So I think that if he has certain conversations with Nikki, I think that he is the kind of guy that he's like, remember that we have to be professional. He probably sounds very repetitive, or he sounds like he's always talking about work and work-related things, and probably he sounds too serious. But I think that because for him, being part of the group is something serious, and he feels responsible for Nikki. So he's like, I was where you were. I also was young. So I think that there's something about them, about Sunghon, just thinking a lot about, like, we cannot mess up this opportunity. We have to be professional all the time. We have to put the effort to have a great dynamic. And this also can be to also have like a good communication, a good friendship, a good chemistry, but definitely when he talks about this, it sounds like a business meeting. It sounds like he's the older brother, that he's the serious one, that he's going to talk to you about responsibilities, and probably his language is a bit like, like business related, and he sounds like he's always thinking about the money, or he sounds like he's always thinking about the winning, or about appearances. He's not that emotional. He definitely cares, but he's like, we have to make each other look good because we are professionals. So there's something about him probably being very worried about, like, okay, we cannot look amateur. Like, we already, at least from Sunghon's perspective, is like, we have been doing this for a while. So when the two of us are together, let's get serious. Like, let's shine together. Let's make each other look good. Like, people have to trust us. People have to believe that we really are building something of value together. He really is very obsessed with this, especially because I believe that he feels like him being part of Enhypen gives him opportunities to shine, and opportunities to probably earn experiences, but also to have a status, or to have some possibilities in the business that maybe if he was in another company, or maybe if he was in another situation, he would be struggling economically. So there's something about him, here I am in control. Here we can shine, we can do more, we can have our moments. So let's not spoil this. This is serious. This is our future. So he's a guy that I see him that he has a good dynamic with Nikki. He probably can sound a bit harsh, or like he's always thinking about work, but I think that he does it because he cares about stability. He sort of wants to help the group to achieve more and to maintain a level of, I don't know if to say greatness, but of excellence, I would say. Like, we have to get people to trust us and respect us, that what we give to the audience is quality, is good. So let's work together. Like, you want to get along better with me? Okay, come and practice with me. Come and work out with me. Come and let's work and study this. Let's do this together. But always something practical. There's always have to be a task for them to be together, Always work related. And from Nikki's perspective, yeah, we have the star, the Four of Pentacles, and the Empress. So I think that yeah, from Nikki's perspective, it's a bit much more hopeful. I mean, he's a Sagittarius, so I'm not surprised. And also, he's the Magnet, so his view of Sunghon, he probably is a bit much more like relaxed. He's the one that he would be like, we already have the status. Like, we already have been working a lot, and we have been achieving a lot. We are stars, so relax. Let's have fun. Like, we already got it. There's something here with him, with the star and the Empress, with Nikki's view or experience of what it's like to be surrounded by celebrities, or surrounded, by being in the spotlight, or being on stage and being praised, and being with people that he admires so much. He had experience from probably a very young age, the stardom, or the possibility to shine and to be always like, praised, and always like, okay, like, he's in his Empress era, so he's blooming, he's blossoming. There's something about him just being beautiful, just being amazing, shining, and he's like, no one is coming to take us that. No one is taking this away from us. So don't worry, I won't spoil anything, but let's have fun. I know both of them are Sagittarius. But I think that probably Sunghun is a bit much more serious. Sunghun probably is a bit much more like, he's worried about how people see them. And he's like, okay, I cannot relax because I don't want to lose my coin. I worked so hard to have my coin, so I'm not going to waste it. So let's keep working, let's not relax. And he's like, we already got it. So yeah, we're okay. Like, Nikki is a bit much more spontaneous. He's like, he has the star card, so he probably believes in, like, this is destiny. We are here because this is our destiny. We had great opportunities. But yeah, and then the relationship between them, we have Saturn in Gemini and bluff. So probably there's a bit of like one of them bluff a lot. Like one of them probably is Nikki, is the one that probably is like too confident, or there's one that doesn't trust the other. It's like, you're talking nonsense. Like, you don't know what you're saying. So, grow up. But in a cute way. It's not a conflict. It's more like, you are young. You don't know anything yet. Like, listen to me. I am the serious one. So definitely there's something about them. And probably they, like, also from Nikki's perspective, he probably also doesn't believe a word of Sunghun. He probably is like, you want to act like you're all mature, and actually you are very mature. Like, you are silly as well. You can be goofy as well. I seen you. I seen what you do. So don't try to act like you're all mature and like you have everything together and you're always thinking about work, because I know you. And so they probably, get on each other's nerves like this, like, come on, you're bluffing. Like, don't you think that is too much? Don't you think that you're exaggerating? Yeah. Thank you, Hope. Thank you so much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, both of them are very successful. But definitely Nikki shines. Like, Nikki shines effortlessly, and with the Empress, it's like he's just a star. Like, he has a lot of potential to develop, and I mean, Sunghun is beautiful as well. But there's something about Nikki that he's sort of like a flower. It's like he's blossoming. He's in his best era, and he is a believer. With the star card, it's like, I was born to do this, so I'm going to enjoy it because I was born to do this. I'm in the right place, so I cannot mess up. The challenging part for Nikki, I would say, because he has the Four of Pentacles in the middle. So there's something about him holding on too tight to this idea of the universe has my back. Like, this could be a part of him. I'm not saying that he could be the Lulu, but I think that there's something about him trusting the universe too much. Like, him being like, oh yeah, the universe has my back, or, like, I'm doing okay, so, this is, I'm going to keep shining. And like, the positivity is okay, but from time to time, people can be like, yeah, but that it's not always like that. You can have also moments where you don't have that ability. But definitely Nikki is in this period where he's receiving all the gifts from the universe. He's receiving all the nice things. So he's holding on very tight to that feeling of like, I deserve it, And probably he doesn't know yet how to deal with the negative part. He probably doesn't know. It's like he doesn't know because he hasn't seen it. He hasn't, like, probably if he has like sad feelings, he's like, no, 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 I don't think about it. Okay, G-Idol, Mijeon, and Sana from Twice. I didn't know that these two were friends, but maybe they are. G-Idol, Mijeon, and Sana. Yes, the universe has my back for so long and I'm grateful, but reality can be harsh. Yeah, yeah, I know. Okay. From G-Idol's Mijeon, we have the card of the Moon and the High Priestess. Then from Twice Sana, we have the Nine of Cups and the Empress. And then from the Oracle, they got the card of Mars in Capricorn, Authority. So I wouldn't be surprised if these two women have a strong Capricorn placements because they seem a bit bossy. I don't know. I get. But definitely this girl, Mijeon, G-Idol Mijeon, she's a whole mystery. I don't know if she's friends with, because the person that requested this duo, I don't know about Mijeon, if she's friends, if she had been friends with Sana. Her name is pronounced like Miyang. Miyang, like that. Miyang. Miyang. Okay. Yeah, but there's something about her that I don't know if they had been friends for so long and now, like, but definitely this girl, Miyang, she doesn't trust people right away. Even if you think that you know her for a long time, she always hides a part of herself. It's like she has these two cards that are of someone that doesn't trust you that much, and that probably they will continue. Like, this is not about being deceiving. This is about her being secretive or being just very, like, it's like she is willing to have fun. Like, she's like she also can be a great listener. If she hangs out with Sana, maybe she's the sensitive one. She's the one that she's like, okay, tell me what is going on. I'm listening. I'm being perceptive, I'm being intuitive, I'm not judging you. Actually, she could be also a great secret keeper, a great keeper of secrets, because she's very quiet about herself. Like, I think that she's a very trustworthy friend because she doesn't, like, why you trust in her, she doesn't divulge it, she doesn't talk about you or behind your back. She's not like that. But also, I think that it's very harsh to get to her. It's very harsh to get to who this really Miyang girl is, because she is very mysterious. She's very mysterious in relationships, and I think that this has to do with other females. I think that it's not just Sana. I think that she's like this. Probably she's like this with people from the industry. Or maybe it's like there's a part of her that she's like, I don't know if I should tell you this. I think I'm going to keep it to myself. So there's something about her in her connection with Sana that I think that she's more like the one that is quiet and observes and listens and is very sweet and is very feminine and is very, like, she's a great, I think that this girl could be a therapist, she could be a psychologist, because she has the potential to see beyond, to see, behind what you're showing her. She knows. She knows if you're lying to her. She knows if you're hiding something. And definitely there's something, I don't know if maybe they share a secret, with Sana, or if she knows something about Sana, but she's not saying anything. It's like she's not making a comment about anything. She's like, okay, your secret is safe with me, or like I can sort of see through you and I know that you are not okay. But at the same time, I can feel it, but you are not telling me it. So I think that it must be tough to be Millon because I feel like she can absorb. I don't know if there's something about her. This is where I think that maybe she's like, Sana is not telling me everything. She's not expressing her true self. We are just having, or when we talk, we just have random conversations, or we talk about superficial things and we just laugh, or we enjoy a good meal. Everything is on a superficial level. I am able to observe and I know that there's something that I know that she's not telling me. So I stand on my place and I reserve myself and I reserve my energy, and I also don't tell her about my things. So yeah. She's super secretive, Fluffy. Super, super. Like that means that she definitely this is like a good thing. Like she definitely is a good thing. It is a good thing. But I think that there's something about her that is like, with Sana I cannot go that deep because either she has a barrier that she doesn't tell me everything, or we just meet to talk about superficial things or about happy things, and very girl talk, very superficial. It's like, oh, I love your hair. Oh, I love what you're wearing. Oh, like you look great. And just talk about work and appearances, and she's in here. She's like this. And from Sana, yeah, from Sana, she just loves. I think that she's had been friends with Minjung. Definitely, there's a sense of fulfillment for her, and actually, she feels very appreciated by Minjung. She feels like very appreciated and supported as in her feminine energy. She feels very abundant. She feels very good inside. She's like, this is why I think that probably they had been each other's support at some point, but I think that they make each other look good when it comes to like, oh, you're doing great, and yes, and it's like, let's celebrate and let's have fun and let's just let's have a drink, like let's cheer, like let's just drink and have fun, and she just feels like very fulfilled in that sense. She doesn't feel uncomfortable. Actually, she feels very emotionally fulfilled with Mijang. This is why I think that it's very interesting, that she has the Empress and Mijang has the High Priestess. Both of them are different kinds of feminine, but both are strong feminine energies. It's just that one of them is more secluded and the other one is more outgoing. The other one is like, look how pretty I am. Look how beautiful I am. Look at me. I'm abundant. I am the beauty. And there's something probably about her feeling more beautiful when she's with Mijun, because probably both of them match when it comes to, like, they are both very feminine, for example, and they feel very good when they are together because their energies match, just how prosperous they are in their own way. Definitely, Sana feels very good. Feels like, maybe she sees her, maybe if they are friends, she sees her as a friend. But yeah, with Mars in Capricorn, authority, this is what I was getting from the beginning. Both of them are very authoritative. Both of them have very strong presence. It's like, yeah, they are both very feminine, like I said. They are both very feminine, but both of them are seated in their thrones. Both of them are seated in the thrones of knowledge and experience. So both of them feel like they feel like the authority. So probably you have to sort of reach a level of experience, and because they are very authoritarian, both of them. they can be sweet, and they can sort of like seduce you to be like, oh, let me do this for you. I will do it. Oh, I am the one of the idea. Let's go here. Let's do this here. But both of them are very authoritarian, very authoritarian. And probably they think that they are nice to other women, but probably other women feel a bit like a bit suffocated when they are around them. Like, because both of them feel very heavy energetically when it comes to beauty and just like that feminine intuition and that energy that is larger than life, that is much more than appearance. So both of them are also very confident. So I can see them being a bit intimidating for other females. But when they are together, they see that they match. They are like, oh, you're like me. You're like me. You're an authority. You're an authority. And definitely these two are very strong. Are very strong and stubborn. They always get what they want. They always get what they want. Always. But they're very powerful. So if you want to be friends with them, you have to be very good, because they definitely like mark the difference. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm the empress. Or the other one is like, I'm the high priestess. Mm-hmm. Hey, Parvati. Yeah, but I don't know about Jihyo and Miyeon, but definitely I sense that Miyeon is a bit much more, I don't know, she just feels heavy in energy. She feels heavy. She feels, I don't know, and there's something about Jihyo being a bit much more outgoing and expressive, even though she can be bossy as well and authoritative. This is why she's a leader. She can be intense as well, but there's something that is very Aquarius of Jihyo. It's very like, I accept everyone. It's like, welcome to my group. But for Mijeon, it's different. From Mijeon, I think that this is why she's in the high priestess mode, because she was able to survive this industry by being this keeper of secrets, and this sort of confident, this very observant, and just she knows a lot. She knows a lot about very powerful people. So she's always thinking about a way to move certain, like she just observes and hush. She lets the other ones do the talking. Like her energy seems a bit like, like I would, like I'm a moon in Scorpio, but I would feel intimidated to be next to Mijeon, because I would feel like she's sort of observing me, but she's also hiding something from me. So I would feel suspicious, and she would feel suspicious. It's okay. NCT, Yuta, and Taeyeon. My bias and the leader. NCT, Yuta, and Taeyeon. I believe this is the first time that I read for this two. I have read Yuta with others, but this is the first time that I'm reading for these two. NCT, Yuta, and Taeyeon. Yuta always gets the heavy cards. Always gets the heavy cards. If it's a jealousy card or if it's a manipulation card, he's going to get it. Always. Okay, from Utah's perspective, we have the devil and Page of Cups. At least we got the Page of Cups with the devil, so it's not that bad. But it's not that bad. But from the young perspective, we have the King of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So definitely this is not a good moment to pull cards for the young because his energy feels very like just very very sad like and then they got the card of Saturn in Virgo isolation and then I have someone crying here and someone consoling someone, you know, someone crying and the other one being like, oh no, don't cry, please don't cry. So these are sensitive times, and I'm sure it's from Taeyong's perspective. These are sensitive times, but yeah, their friendship. I think that honestly, both of them are very strong because if you see here, Utah probably because he has the devil card, so it sounds very like, you know, it also sounds intimidating when you see something like this. You probably see someone and you're like, okay, this guy can be a bit manipulative, you know, can be a bit like have a strong feelings of love and hate, but nevertheless he loves Seon. He loves Seon in his own way. There's something about Utah is not an angel when it comes to the way he loves. You know, there's something about him. Like if you receive love from Utah, it seems like it's always tough love, or it's a love that it stings. You know, like the Scorpio, like the scorpionic like sting. You know, he will sting from time to time. He will like sort of pinch you from time to time. He will probably say something hurtful, or he will do something that you would be like, are you sure that you love me, or are you trying to kill me? Like, so he can be a bit like, he's a duality. He can be very sweet. He can be very sweet, but also he can be very toxic. So I think that definitely Utah, his love for Taeyong, it hasn't been easy to understand Utah's motivation. You know, there's something about Utah from time to time sort of separating himself from Taeyong and then coming back when he feels like it's right, or when he feels like it's good for both of them, you know. And there's something about probably Utah being selfish also from time to time, you know, not just being toxic, but being selfish and being like, okay, now I give you my attention and now I don't because I'm thinking about myself and I want to look good. So, you know, get on my way because it's my moment. But in this point, his relationship with Taeyeon, is in a good place. It's in a place where I think that Utah is also opening up to the members and showing appreciation and love more and allowing the members to get closer to him and to receive that love. But nevertheless, Utah never stops playing. Like he never stops playing. You know, if you see here, we see people in chains. So Utah is like, okay, I will give you my love. I will give you my cup. I'm available. I love you. But at the same time, you know, you are under my control. You know, like we will do things when I want to do them. You know, I have the control. I have, like, things are going to happen between us when I want to, not when you want to. And I'm not going to go back to you and just follow you around because you are not the boss of me. Like, like I love you, like I like you, you are my friend, but I'm thinking about me as well. You know, I'm thinking about me. I always think about my own desires first. You know, so there's something about him being egotistic from time to time in this connection and just being confusing and just having his ways, being manipulative. You know, it's like, yeah, I have this because definitely my heart is open. My heart is open to Taeyeon. But from time to time, I can be a bit, you know, I can play a bit. play a bit. Like, yeah, now I'm here, now I don't. Now we have this moment, now I don't want to. Now I run away. So he has this where he's just thinking about his own desire and what makes him look good. And probably in this moment, he's like, okay, I'm feeling all this desire. I'm feeling like I want to do more for my career. I'm feeling very inspired. I'm feeling very ambitious. But nevertheless, I still love Taeyong. So I'm going to do my best to give Taeyong a great moment. If we have to build a chemistry and just do things together so he can look good, I'm going to do it. And definitely, Yuta doesn't do it because Taeyong is the leader. He does it because he considers Taeyong a friend. He considers Taeyong a friend. But nevertheless, Yuta is not an easy friend. Yuta is not an easy friend. It's like he has his ways. He has his ways. He always at the end wants to get what he wants. So, he doesn't surrender. Yuta is not someone that he is like, oh, because Taeyong is the leader or because Taeyong is, 6 days older than me, I have to follow him. He's like, yeah, no. I follow myself, like. But yeah, from Taeyong's perspective, definitely Taeyong feels like victorious in this connection. I feel like he also feels he definitely in this connection he's like he feels very passionate. He's like, okay, with Yuta we had conquered a lot. With him I feel like we both ambition the same, or we both have the same passions, and we are always very honest with each other. I can be honest with Yuta. I can also be bossy with Yuta, and Yuta will receive it. Like, there's something about him not having this sort of position, leadership. But from time to time with the Eight of Swords, I think that there's, and this probably has to do with what I said about Yuta, just sometimes not following the rules, especially lately. He hasn't been following anyone. He just listens to himself. And I think that for Taeyong's perspective is like, you guys, like, you guys make it very hard for me because I'm supposed to be the leader. I'm supposed to like rule you all, and then you guys just like, you fill my mind with like, I don't know how to work with you guys, because I feel like I sometimes don't understand you. I don't understand, or I feel like I cannot control certain things about our dynamic. I think that in this case, for Taeyong, I feel that Taeyong feels like there's moment that he probably has to be like a bit bossy, or he has to assert his dominion or his leadership, and he definitely feels the frustration because Yuta doesn't listen. There's something about him like, okay, like, you're supposed to listen to me because I am the one, I am the leader, and he feels like no one listens to me anymore. It's like all of you do what you want to do and you don't listen to me anymore. But probably, I think that this also is, I think that it's not just Yuta. Probably he feels like this about a lot of things, and probably this has to do with him, thinking about enlisting, and him having this sort of like very fatalistic view, like, oh, I don't see the way out, I feel trapped. Mentally, I'm not feeling that confident. I'm usually in this very confident mode. I'm this very magnificent and energetic king. I am the one that, I am the face. I am the one, I am the face of the group. I'm the leader. But I feel like my leadership lately hasn't been working. I don't feel that energetic. I don't feel that motivated. I'm surrounded by a lot of thoughts, and those thoughts are limiting me, and probably I'm just not, like, he probably is not functioning very well in this friendship or other friendships, because he's thinking about the future. If you notice, the King of Wands is already thinking about what's coming ahead. and he doesn't feel that confident about what's coming ahead. So probably he's feeling, a bit confused. So it's like these are moments, are very sensitive moments where he doesn't feel that confident about connections. He probably also feels very sensitive, and he is like, okay, I talk to you and you don't listen to me, so he just gets, he gets very nervous, or he gets angry out of nowhere. He just gets moody because, yeah, with the card of isolation, Saturn in Virgo, definitely there's a lot of going on in his mind. There's a lot of fears. There's a lot of him also isolating himself and thinking that what he's feeling or what he's going through, no one knows what he's going through, that this is something that he has to deal himself. Like probably if this is in this connection or friendship with Utah, he's like, you don't know what I'm going through. You have no idea. You have no idea. And Yuta is here with his cup. It's like, okay, yeah, but I love you. I want you to do good. We can talk. Like, I'm open. Like, if you want to talk, we can talk. And he's like, no, I don't want to talk to anyone. This is something that I have to do myself. Like, this is such an isolating experience. And you wouldn't understand. So he feels a bit sad, a bit moody, and a bit fatalistic, I would say, a bit pessimist, like him feeling like, no one gets what I'm feeling right now. And he probably is right. But yeah. Okay, NCT, Jaehyun, and Chaeho. The 97 liner. NCT, Jaehyun, and Chaeho. NCT, Jaehyun, and Chaeho. Yeah, there's a lot of like him just is caught up in that feeling, worrying a lot. Like he cannot stop thinking. Like I think that once he goes, he's going to be okay. But it's like the before, it's the before. Okay, in this friendship, NCT, Jaehyun, and Chaeho, from Jaehyun's side, we have the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. So did they have a fight or something? And from Chaeho, we have another one that has the Devil and the Magician. And the relationship as an overall, we have Sun in Capricorn, achievement. I know about the 97 liner, and I know 97 line. Are we sure they are friends? Like real friends, not just like, because there's a lot of Capricorn energy, and also they got the Capricorn card of achievement. Definitely, they make each other look good. They have this, but there's no emotions in here. There's not a connection. There's not in connection. There's not an emotional understanding nor closeness. It's more like, okay, when we are together, yeah. And from Chaewoo's part, there's something here, him with the devil and the magician. Definitely the guy is very powerful. Like there's something very disbalanced in this. It's like there's something like Chaewoo and his friend, and I don't know, and also from Jaehyun's side with the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords, I don't know if they had an argument, lately or something happened, because he's not feeling that well about this friendship. He's not feeling that well. Like he's not feeling that confident actually. He feels a bit like either there's other people involved, maybe there's like some, I don't know, maybe differences, but there's a lot of competition. And he worries about that. I don't know if it's that they both of them ambition the same role or something like that. There's something about them wanting something similar for each other, and like there's a bit of, but I mean, from Chaewoo's side, I get a lot of powerful energy. It's like the guy always gets what he wants. Always. Like, and I think that in this time, he's not connecting. He's not like, okay, like, I'm thinking about my friends. No, he's thinking about himself. He's thinking about like, okay, like he's feeling very ambitious. He's feeling very assertive. He's thinking like me, like, I don't know. And also, like, I don't know why this combination is not my favorite. And also for a friendship, this is not ideal for a friendship. Because it sounds like, it's not about being a star. It's not even about that. It's more about like, I know everyone wants me. People are obsessed with me. I am the desire of a lot of people, so I use it. I know everyone wants to see me. Like, he always thinks about himself. Like, probably if he's in a group of people, he's like, yeah, I know that I am the one that gets the most attention. And probably people are going to disagree and be like, no, we think that in the 97 liner there's other people, or right now he feels like he is the star. Like, and this is not about star. Because if it was about fame, we would get the fame card. This is about power. This is about power. And Chaewoo is feeling very relentless. Like, I'm going to get what is mine. Friendships? I don't know friendships. Like, I think that definitely from Chaewoo's perspective, he's very toxic, but also I think that probably he's hiding something. We know it. I had read for Chaewoo when it was his birthday, and he's not processing emotions very well. So this makes sense. The guy is very focused on work and career and achievements. This is why we have the card of achievements. We have the devil, Capricorn, Sun in Capricorn, achievements. So it's all about career. It's like, you want to be my friend, you better make me look good. Like, and I think that for Jaehyun, there's something about him not feeling like he belongs, or probably, and this is something that I did read for Jaehyun, and I believe I read for Jaehyun and Taeyeon, and that ship, I remember, and he also got this vibe of like him not feeling very comfortable. There's something also about Jaehyun just not feeling very comfortable with certain people. He feels uncomfortable with certain dynamics. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm really not that interested. I'm really not that invested like people think. Yeah, let's have a moment. Yeah, let's go hang out. Let's go grab a beer. Like, let's go, you know, have dinner. Yeah, let's go here and there. But at the same time, I don't feel at ease. Actually, I'm very worried. I'm very worried. Maybe it has to do that when he has these meetings or this sort of reunion with the 97 liners, something happens. So definitely from Jaehyun's perspective, he feels a stress. He feels a stress. He's like, we always get under attack when we go out. And I don't like this. I'm afraid. I'm not doing very well mentally. I don't have the capacity. I cannot do this. I don't feel well afterwards. I worry. He probably even worries that someone will attack them. Like, well, he had a stalker. I remember he had a stalker not so long ago. So there's something about him and these famous people, famous places, that he's not enjoying himself. But yeah, with the kind of achievement, there will always be like, if they have some deals or if they have to show up to each other's, I don't know, debuts, each other's sign event or work related or choose some lounge or something, individual projects, they will be there. They will show up. For work related things, they will show up to support each other. Because they want to see each other succeed. But yeah, it's all about recognition. It's all about like, okay, what is your next achievement? And what are you planning to? What is your next goal? You know, very Capricorn talk. Yeah. Maybe they are friends because they are friends. They're because their friends are friends. Exactly. Exactly, Giardalino. Exactly, because if you notice the cards that Jaehyun got, he is in the middle of, and he probably knows that there's some friction, and he's in the middle, and he's like, you know, guys, I don't know you that well, but there's some tension in the air. You know, I don't know if it's competition or what, but I don't know. It's just that some of these people are very famous, so there has to be a sort of imbalance. I wonder what they talk about. Okay, Infinite, Woohyun, and Sungyu. Infinite, Woohyun, and Sungyu. Yeah, Jaehyun feels very persecuted. He's like, I don't want to be here. I feel unease. I don't want to be here. I feel like I'm not okay. Okay. Okay, from Woohyun's Infinite Woohyun, we have the card of Three of Wands and Five of Pentacles. And then from Sungyu's side, we have Knight of Cups and Ace of Swords. Very communicative, this guy. Loves him very much. Definitely, I believe Sungyu is the leader. He definitely loves Woohyun very much. He's like, I'm here. Like, whatever you need, like, let's talk. Like he's the one that initiates, that goes. Yeah, and then the card, the relationship, they got the card of Mercury in Virgo, caution, caution. So there's something about them. Does anyone know the status of the group? Because I think that even though they love each other very much, there's a bit of like, we have to work together, but I feel like some things are not that, especially from Woohyun. Woohyun's side, he's like, I want us to do much more together, or I want us to keep advancing on some projects together, but I feel like we are still broke. Like, I feel like we are still like not ready, and I want us to do more. Like, probably he's thinking about the group, and he's like, I wish we could have more opportunities to do more together or as a group. And definitely he's probably I would say he's still a bit fragile, because with the Three of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, the guy is not entirely recovered. Like he's thinking about the future. His eyes are always in the future, but he definitely there are moments where he feels like he doesn't have the probably the energy, or I think that he worries about money, he worries about stability, and there's something that probably this is, I don't know if it's because the other guy is the leader and he's like, I want you to know this, like we could do so much more, I wish I could do more, but he also feels very weak. He also feels like, I have nothing to share yet. I don't have yet, I'm not okay. I'm still a bit weak, I'm still struggling a bit. But I'm thinking about the future. I want us to keep working. I want us to keep dreaming. I want us to keep like making making much more dreams and plans come true. He thinks about the future. He thinks about the future. It's just that the recovery probably for him is going to be slow, and probably the money is not that stable. The money is not that stable. He worries. He worries. Definitely he worries. He's like, we have to think about our finances. Like, why don't we have enough? Like, how can we do to duplicate what we have? I don't know. He wants to think about a sort of business plan. But then from Sungyo's side, he's like, don't worry, I got it. Like, you just, like, don't think about money. Don't think about money. Like, I'm here for you, whatever you need, I'm here for you. Let's talk. Like this guy is also a creator. He's also like, if you want us to keep working on something, or if you want us to create something new for the group, I'm working on it. I'm on my way. Like, if you have any ideas, like, I will go and meet you and we will create something together. Like, get out of here. Get out of the pessimism, or get out of you thinking that you are not enough, or that you don't have enough, or that you are not good enough. Like, just take care of yourself. Like, I got this. I got this. Definitely this guy is very trustworthy, and he loves him very much. He loves Woohyun very much. Definitely. There's a lot of love and trust. And it's like, don't worry, like, don't think about the things that we don't have. Like, we will come out with something. Very loving, very loving. But definitely from Woohyun, and in this I read for him, when I read for him in Aquarius season, he is a guy that he's always thinking about the future, and he hasn't recovered yet. And probably, I don't know if maybe the sales or the things, I know he released something, a solo project, maybe that didn't do very well, so he's worried about the future. He's thinking about, like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I do? And the other member, like Sungyu, is like, no, just concentrate on you, on getting better, And also, these moments are not for action, because they got the card of Mercury in Virgo, caution. So they have to be very careful. Like, they are in a process where probably they will feel like they are not very stable. Like, they have ideas, but they are not very well organized. There's something that is not working. There's a lot of confusion. It seems like it's not the right timing. This is why the key word is caution. It's like, don't go crazy, guys. Don't get overthinking about like, okay, what else can we do? Like if you have to start the year resting, or if you have to start the year taking the time to recover, or just to start over on something new, take your time. Be cautious. Don't waste your energy. Be cautious. Work, but routinarily. Work routinarily, but always be cautious. Like, always be cautious about where you put your energy. Like, don't get too emotional. Don't get too in a rush. Just, each task at a time. This is not a moment for neither career decisions, no great moves. It's like, just start slowly. Things are a bit slow, but they are thinking about businesses more than their friendship and how do they feel about each other. I think that they are seeing it like co-workers, and also like people that they feel super responsible for the group, for themselves, for the others, for the fans. It's like they are these two guys that they have in common, that both of them don't disconnect. They cannot disconnect of, they feel a sort of responsibility. So, but one of them is more comforting than the other. The other one is sort of thinking like, oh, I think I didn't do very well. And the other is like, you done great. I will let you know when I have something new. I will go and talk to you. Wait. Okay. Treasure, Haruto, and Jeonwoo. Treasure, Haruto, and Jeonwoo. No, I believe it's another member that is called Jeonwoo. It's like Jeonwoo. It's my first time listening, hearing his name as well. I believe he's from. Wait, I have to look. Wait, I have to look because Jeon. Yeah, Park Jong-woo. Okay. He's a treasure member. Okay, from Haruto's side, we have the Temperance and Nine of Wands. And then from Jungwoo, we have Five of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. A lot of wands. Very, they both have a temper, I would say. And then from the oracle, they have Mars in Scorpio, revenge. So very heavy. I would say these guys are very, like they have a strong temper, both of them, both of them. They are sort of like, I believe that they have a good chemistry, but probably they are in this moment where they, from Haruto's side, I feel like he's overcoming some obstacles. I think that he's a guy that probably he gets, there's something also about him defending himself a lot, or probably just like just getting very frustrated with, he feels a lot of responsibility, and probably in this connection he guards himself a lot. He's like, probably he gets upset, or there's something about him just getting like you know, like on a bad mood or something, like he's like, you know, leave me alone, I'm tired, or you know, I don't want to talk because you know I did this. So you know, him thinking that you know, I have been working a lot, I have been doing a lot, just let me be, don't bother me. But with the temperance, I think that he's changing this attitude. I would say this attitude feels a bit like childish, you know, like okay, I hide behind my frustrations, you know, I hide, and probably, you know, I don't talk to you the correct way, or I'm just always moody around you. But I think that he's trying to control himself. He's like, okay, I understand that I don't have the best of humors, or probably I get very much on the defensive. There's something about him feeling very tired. Like, this is the reality. There's something about him feeling a lot of weight on his shoulders. He feels like he has, I don't know, is he a very popular member? I know there's a lot of members, and in Treasure, they're all very talented. I had watched them, observed them. You know, their performances on live are very powerful. They definitely can sing, rap, dance, everything. But I feel like for Haruto, it's like he feels like he has been working a lot, or he has been putting up with a lot. You know, he feels very tired, very exhausted, and this also probably is a factor that gets him to not be the best at communicating in connections. With his friendship with Jeongwoo, he definitely is learning to adapt to maybe to Jungwoo's energy. He's like, okay, I get it. I cannot be like this. I have to. And also he's thinking about healing. So maybe in this connection, he gets along very well with this other member, and he's like, okay, I'm learning to heal with you, or I'm learning that I can change states when I'm with you. Like, I can drop the ones a bit. I can drop the ones. I can sort of like, you know, slow down, and I can drop, you know, the very defensive attitude of like, oh, I'm so tired. Look, like, I'm so tired. You know, like the person that they don't even say hi to you, but they are always like, oh, you have no idea what a crazy day I had, you know, and this is like the first thing that they tell you. But in this case, I think that he's learning that in this connection, probably he's learning to heal, or he's learning to slow down a bit his energy, because definitely he's tired. He's exhausted, and probably he's also very, like, there's something about him feeling like, okay, I've been doing a lot, or I've been putting up with a lot, probably the last 2 years. So either he's very tense, and also both of them don't have cards of swords, so they are not very good at communicating. It seems like they put the body. They put the body, whatever emotion comes through them, or if they're tired if they're exhausted, they just put the body, and the body sort of absorbs everything that they feel, because they cannot express it other way. But with the temperance, I believe that this friendship is very beneficial for each other. It's very good. He's definitely learning that, you know, that in this connection, he can allow himself to connect and transform, and that he can be hopeful that tomorrow is a new day, literally. There's always a new day. Today you are tired, but you can drop the ones. Just relax, spend time with this other member, open up, drop the ones. Don't bring the exhaustion, the moodiness, the insatisfaction, the temper, the bad temper. Don't bring that heavy energy into a connection, because some people don't deserve it. It's like you can be at peace, even if it's a coworker, because maybe this is about sharing, like, oh, I feel so tired, I feel so, like, always sort of complaining. It makes sense because both of them are from the same group, so probably they know a lot about the dynamic and what is going on, because I can see it from the other guy. He also feels the tension, he also feels tired, he also feels like in a sort of like in a very tense mode of like, okay, I have to be competitive. So, but with the temperance, it's like, with you, I can learn to heal. I can heal. I can transform this. I can relax. It's very beautiful. Whatever their connection is very healing. It's very, at least for Haruto, it's very, it looks good, and from this guy too. Because see, for Jungwoo, he got the 5 of Wands, also another heavy energy of, probably he doesn't get along well with everyone, or he has some differences with some people, or he also gets annoyed, or he gets on his feelings, or he has his differences with people, he also gets moody, he also holds grudges, but with the Ace of Pentacles, he's also been much more hopeful. He's sort of like, I would say he's much more wise, or probably be much more like reflective than and understanding than Haruto. Because this guy is like, all the efforts, all the fights, all the disagreements, but also all the energy that we put together, we create success. We are successful. We get the prize at the end. Even if it gets heavy and if it gets tense and is not comfortable. So he's also a guy that he sees the value of the experience, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's annoying, even when you don't get along, even when you don't want to see each other's faces. And with this, I think that probably they didn't start very well. I think that these guys, maybe they were competing with each other at the beginning. There's something about their dynamic feeling very resistant towards each other. It's like I said, it's not like they would, have like nasty arguments, but it seems like both of them would resist each other, and then eventually they understood, or they are understanding right now, that their dynamic is changing, and that they can have a very healthy relationship and friendship, and that they can benefit from it. And also they have the card of revenge. So this is very a Mars card, Mars in Scorpio, revenge. So I think that they definitely have in common this. I don't know who they want to revenge, but what they have in common is that they probably have an enemy in common. I don't know who it is, but they are like, together we have to join forces to defeat this person or this entity or this, I don't know, but they are in revenge mode. They want to make someone pay, and they are very energetic, like they really have a strong willpower. So I think that if they put their energies together, they can be good friends, and they also can be good allies for each other. Hey, Akira. Oh, popular. He's the Japanese one. Okay. I'm going to read for Itzy Jetty and Stray Kids Hyunjin, friendship. Jeji, Hyunjin. The two ones. The twins. Okay, from Jeji's part, we have 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. So she's thinking a lot about resources. Not very emotional, but she's definitely like sort of observing him and comparing, like, you got what I don't get. And him, he has the Tower, Page of Cups. So is there a possibility that this guy was feeling romantic and his hopes were all shattered all of a sudden? Because he seems like very sweet. Like he was like, wow, I was very nice to you, but something happened and now, the good vibes are broken. Yeah, and the relationship, we have the card of defense, Mars in Taurus. So what happened? What happened? Because they are like sort of on the defensive. They are on the defensive. There was such a reading recently for them on Tumblr. Oh, really? Oh. Hey, Susana. Hola. Yeah, from her side, I think that she definitely is someone that she's thinking like. I mean, in this connection with him, I feel like she feels in disadvantage. Definitely, definitely. Probably she resents him a bit. This is why I'm like, this is about resources. She's thinking from the perspective of a business person, or the leader that she is, or like as if she was an accountant. She's like, oh, so they give you this treatment or they give you this, and they don't give me the same, or they don't give my group the same. So it's like, that's not cool. So I think that it's not about him, like the way he is. I think that she's a bit like, we are in different situations. Like you get a lot and we don't get nothing. Also, she's a bit hurt. I think that it has to do with resentment. Definitely, she's like, you have all these possibilities and I just have to beg for opportunities. So we are not the same. I feel that our relationship is very disbalanced, that I feel like I have nothing to give. So yeah, she's like, if I have to work with you, I will give what I have to give. I will be professional, I will go do my job. And if I have to interact with you, I will give, what I have to give, and that's it. Like she's like sort of counting the minutes, like being very professional, a bit cold, but yeah, all about productivity for her. No, not romantic at all. Yeah, from his side, yeah, I think that definitely there's a part of him that he really likes her, or there's a part of him that he's probably like he wants to be a gentleman, or he wants to be respectful. He probably had like oh, like we could have a good dynamic together, or we could. But then he felt the coldness. Then he felt like maybe what he thought that their connection would be like, how they would connect, and sort of like the chemistry, and he's like, oh, so you basically just leave me alone talking. And I just wanted to be nice to you. Like I wanted to be welcoming, I wanted to be a gentleman. I just wanted to treat you right, and all of a sudden you just broke my expectations, or there's no stability in here. But probably he had a perception about her, or he sort of, maybe he thought that they were closer than what they were, or that they had this very strong friendship, and something happened, or she said something, or maybe she acted very cold, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess I have to take my cup back. Just take it with me because you don't want it. Like I want to be of service. I want to help you. I'm open, but you don't want the same. Like you sort of like cut everything. Like you destroy any possibility before we even started. So, yeah, no. But yeah. Yeah, with the card of defense, definitely it has to do that maybe there's. I feel that with the card of defense, and also because this is Mars in Taurus, um, this is something that has been going on for a while, definitely, definitely. And if she is the one that is sort of on defense, I think that this is something that she has been observing for a while, and it's not about him. It's not about him because actually he's very sweet. His energy is very sweet. He's very willing. He's sort of like I wouldn't like be surprised if the guy is like, we could sort of arrange sort of like hang out with the other members and your members and my members. We could hang out and just have, I don't know, a fun gathering together. All of the groups. But I don't know. Maybe he made the invitation because I see him inviting her, and maybe the others, and she's like no. She's like no. and then with the card of defense, see, she's not addressing him, or she's not telling him like, oh, okay, this is how I feel about you or about what's going on. She's sort of like showing it with actions. She's showing with defense like, okay, like we are not the same, you and I. Our conditions are totally different, so I have to defend myself from you. Until we get the fair treatment that we need. Make it very professional, because of course this is not Hyunjin's fault, but I think that probably there's some manipulation in the middle, that this is why she feels like she has to defend herself, Yeah, also the shipping. The shipping, definitely. Okay. Eighties, Sun and Seonghwa. 80s, Sun and Seonghwa. Bye, Fluffy. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. I don't know why, but this is so funny. Yeah. 80s, Sun is Seonghwa. Why Sun is so cold? Why Sun is so cold? Like, would we think that the Cancer guy would be the sweetest? No, he's so, like, he's a workaholic, but he's so detached. Like, okay, his connection with someone, from Sun perspective, we have the Six of Pentacles again and the Two of Pentacles. And then from someone's perspective, we have the Temperance and the Queen of Cups. So much more sweet and loving and caring. The mother of the group, definitely. This is really like, I sometimes I hate when people put labels on certain members. When he's the mother, he's the father. But in this case, Seonghwa does give me motherly vibes. And the card that they got is Jupiter in Pisces seduction. So now that we are in Pisces season, maybe we can expect them having much more skinship with each other. Is it possible that they could have a very seductive concept where they have to be touchy with each other? But I think that there's something about Sun just being very cold. Sun is like thinking about work. Sun is like, okay, like what do I have to do? Like, do I do this or do I give you this? Like, do you want this? Okay, you want me to give you this? I give you this. That's it. And also with the Two of Pentacles, he's like, okay, what's next? Let's move on. So he's a guy that honestly, in his connection with someone, I think that he values it very much because definitely he sensed that there's a lot of flexibility, and also he probably can see with actions or maybe with material things, he can sort of see what Seungwa is about. There's something about Seungwa. I don't know if Seungwa is the kind of guy that he keeps his promises, or he's someone that he is very generous with his time and with his efforts. And Sun, definitely he likes that. He likes that because definitely there's something about Sun that I believe that Sun also doesn't have much patience when it comes to the other members. He's like he's like a guy that that he's like, okay, like this is what you want, okay, this is what you give me, great, I'm here. But he's like, okay, then also he's like, what's next? It's like he's not just going to stay around and think, but he's very observant of what the other has to give him in order for him to stay. He's like, okay, if I give you my attention, like you better give it back. And I think that there's something with someone that he feels like, okay, we get each other. Definitely, we get each other. We like I see myself like expanding in my connection with you. Like even if it has to do with them working together and having, like I said, having more, I don't know, having a duo or having just more interactions. There's something about him like, yeah, if you want to do it, I'm willing. Like, he's always willing. But it's like there's something about him not having patience with people that lies or with people that just leave him hanging. Because for him, his time values. His time is gold. So he's like, okay, do you want to have a scene with me? Like, do you want something from me? Like, you better like give me quality. Like, let's be fair in this. Like, I will not put much more effort, and then you're going to leave me hanging. No. And also I think that with the Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, there's something about him also needing flexibility and he just wants to keep moving. You know, he probably, I don't know if Sun is, I know he's in this very popular ship with Wooyeon, but there's something about him not committing to anyone. He's like, you know, I'm going to be professional. I'm going to be where I need to be. And he's always on time. It's like but he appreciates that Senwa is very practical, and probably he's a guy that whatever he promised you, he's going to make it happen, you know, and he values that. But yeah, from someone's perspective about Sun, yeah, a lot of love, a lot of love, a lot of love, and also like a lot of willingness to help Sun to heal from something. I don't know what happened, if maybe they had a misunderstanding in the past, or maybe if he feels that Sun sometimes he needs a time to heal, or he needs a time to talk to someone, or he just needs a special treatment. There's something about Seungwa being like, you know, I sort of understand that you need this. So, you know, like the mother archetype that I am, I'm going to make sure to notice what do you need and give it to you before you realize that you need it. So he's very observant, he's very loving. Also, he wants everyone to get along, and there's something about him probably worrying about Sun or Sun's health. He just wants son to feel better. You know, he wants his relationship also with him to evolve, to be healthy, to be drama free. You know, to change into something more pure. You know, definitely Sung was very sentimental. He's very sensitive. He's very sweet, and he's always thinking about like, okay, how can we make the group's dynamic better, because I don't want the guys to suffer, or I don't want to see them stressed. I want them to heal body and soul. So I'm here wherever they need me. I'm always available. So yeah, he's like the mother. He is universally like the mother archetype. But yeah, with the card of seduction, you know, Jupiter in Pisces, definitely their connection or their interaction, they can change and evolve. They can actually change and evolve, and maybe you will see them being a bit more touchy with each other, you know, probably hanging out more and just being like, you know, very sentimental around each other and just like being cute and romantic maybe. But I think that they just, I don't know if they had flirted with each other before. But with the card of seduction, I think that you can wait for it. You can expect it. You can expect them to have a bit of a skinship, and you'll be like, okay, what is going on? How long has this been going on? You know, and then being very much seductive towards each other, you know, and this not being creepy, not being creepy at all. Oh, okay. 17, Wongu and Mingyu. Wongu. I call him Wongu, but it's Wonu. Wonu and Mingyu. Oh, they flirt. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Chachalina, that they flirt all the time. I'm so outdated about 80s content. I have to watch them more. I have to observe them more. Okay. Okay, Wongu, we have, with Wonu 17, we have Queen of Cups and King of Wands. And then from Mingyu's perspective, we have the Hangman and the Queen of Swords. And then the oracle is Saturn in Taurus, ostentation. So I think that from Bono's perspective, definitely he's a very interesting mix in this connection. He's like the mother and the father. I know the person that requested this friendship reading, they said something about them living together, like probably having their own apartment and living together. But yeah, definitely he seems like he's the one in control. Definitely, he's the authority in there. I don't know if he's older, but there's something about him being like, okay, yeah, we need to do this, we need to take care of this, you know, probably being a bit bossy. Also, I see him that he can, he's a very weird mix of fire and water. You know, he can be sweet, but also he can be authoritative. So he's very interesting, because he can have a sort of mood swing where you one day you wake up and he's like very authoritarian, or he's very authoritative, or he's just like, you know, we should do this and this and this and this, you know, and just being very like a bit aggressive, you know. And then you have the Queen of Cups, that is about him being much more sweet and being like, no, you need to take care of yourself. You know, you need to do more, like, no, please don't do this. No, let me take care of you. So I think that this guy definitely is someone that he's thinking a lot, probably in his connection, there's something about him being that kind of friend that he's always thinking about the future. If you notice about these two king and queens, they are always looking at the horizon. They are always looking at what's ahead. So probably this is a guy that has a lot of plans and has a lot of visions about if they live together, if they go out, if they interact, if they are in a friendship together. This guy is the one that makes the plans, or probably is the one that guides Mingyu to, like, we're going to do this. We are going to start doing this, and then we're going to do this, and then we need to do the other one, and but at the end, never forgetting like the emotional needs. Like, okay, what do you need? Like, okay, I'm listening. Okay, but yeah, someone that probably is a lot. It feels like. It feels as if you were living with your boss. I don't know why, because even though he can be mature, he also has this very serious nature that it seems like he never gets off this throne. Very serious, very much in control. He's a guy that he believes a lot in himself. He's like, okay, whatever I execute or whatever idea I have, I make it happen. But he also can be lazy. He also can be moody. He also can have a very moody day and be emotional and just like get offended for anything. So he's a very weird mix, but I think that he's the type of person that I know that Mingyu is the fire sign in here, but I don't see it for him. At least in this connection, I would say that the bossy one is Wonu. Definitely the bossy one is him. He is, and he also is a bit like Jekyll and Hyde. You never know which one of these you are going to get. So I think that he probably is a bit of a perfectionist. He likes to have things in order, and he has a sort of attitude. So I think that if you're going to live with him, you better have everything under control, because he's going to, go crazy if you don't do what he says. So he has his attitude. He's not that angelic. He's not that cute and innocent, even though he can look like, oh, I care about you, I want us to do well. But he can be a lot. He has his things. He has his. I would say he has his pretensions. He's very pretentious. He's a king. He's a king. He also wants to live well. So you better not spoil that. And from Mingyu's side, I see him sort of surrender to the situation. From Mingyu's side, he sort of surrenders to the situation. This is why I think, like, where is the Aries in Mingyu? Because in this connection, I don't see it. I also don't see him like being like him being a slave to Wonu. No, I don't see it, because he also comes here with the Queen of Swords, so he is also very outspoken. But I think that initially he probably is a guy that he endures. It's like, okay, you tell him that, you give him certain directions, or you're like, we should do this, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea, yeah, and he can listen to you and be like, yeah, probably not paying attention, and also not resisting. It's like, okay, you want to put that over here, go put them. Okay, you want to do that? Yeah, go do it. Like, yeah, everything is cool with him. Until one day he just gets fed up, and then he starts ranting. And he starts going at it, and he starts talking and talking and talking, and he doesn't stop, because he also has a strong temper. It's just that the thing about Mingyu, I think that he's a guy that he just waits. He sort of battles everything inside of him. He's like, okay. Yeah, maybe it was my fault. I'm sorry. Okay. He's like, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to react. I'm going to act like I didn't hear you. I didn't. And then he gets out like, this is not fair. What you said is not fair. You're not making sense. You told me to do this, and then you asked me to change it. And no. And I remember that the other day you said this. He has a very sharp mouth at the same time. He has a very sharp tongue. So you better do not get too smart with him, because definitely he has also, he's like, from time to time, Probably because maybe if the other one is older, he's like, I'm containing, I'm sort of here pendant and I'm listening to him because he's right. Maybe I was a bit lazy about certain things. I didn't do what he told me the first time. I sort of evade responsibilities a bit. I took a nap and I forgot about what I had to do. But then he's like, I remember, but you did this and this and this. So he's hilarious. He's hilarious and he's very sharp. So you better do not get in his way, because when he gets upset, he is very, very dangerous. Yeah, he has the receipts. He has a good memory. It's just that he acts like he is not paying attention, but he is. When he needs to, he pays attention. It's just that, he sort of takes a deep breath and he's like, okay, yeah, I sort of get it. You're right. But yeah, the friendship, we have the card of ostentation, that is Saturn in Taurus. So I think that if they are living together, probably, I think that this actually has to do with a lot of idols, but particularly between these two, they can be a bit too ostentatious. I would say, like, I think that probably their karma is that they can get too much, like, too comfortable with buying luxury things, or just buying beautiful things, or just spending a bit much, and getting out a bit of their own budget. And I think that here is like, maybe you guys are not a good match in that sense, because it seems like they support each other to make very expensive shopping, or just buying something very expensive, maybe for the place. Maybe if they're living together, it's like, okay, like, we want the best of the best, let's buy this. Yeah, this is expensive, but it looks good, so both of them, what they have in common is that they're very visual. It's like they love the good life, and they probably are not the best company because to each other, because they cannot restrict each other. It's not like one of them is going to be like, I think that you're spending too much money. No, I think that both of them have the same sort of like the same expensive taste. It's like, oh, this that I wanted to buy, it turned out that it was the expensiest of them all. Yeah, you do have expensive taste, but maybe you should save a bit of money, just in case, you should. And I think that both of them, they love to live well. They are very ostentatious in this sense, and they worry a lot about possessions. They worry a lot about possessions. They worry a lot about status. They are like, okay, I want our place to look our best. Let's just have everything beautiful, prosperous. Not very sentimental, these two, but definitely very, very strong personalities. And last one, I have NCT Dream here. I have Chenle and Renjun. Chenle and Renjun. This is the last one. Chenle, Renjun. Okay, from Chenle perspective, we have 10 of Cups and Death card. And then from Renjun, we have King of Cups and Seven of Cups. Both of them are very emotional guys. And then from the Oracle, they got the card of Saturn in Cancer, Charity. A lot of Saturn. Today, a lot of Saturn cards came out today. Very Saturnian, very Capricorn, all about like, karma. It's like, okay, we are together. We come from a past life together. We have a sort of karma together. We have to evolve together. We like they sort of were put in this group or to have this sort of family dynamic because they have some pendant, something pendant. Um, I think that definitely from Chandler perspective, I think that something is changing with Chandler. I think that definitely he feels like Renjun is part of his family, like the family of the people that he works with. He feels him very close, but also he feels like the bond is changing, and probably what he considers family is also changing. I don't know if it's because of the changes in the company or maybe it's just the changes in the group. That there's a lot of things that are changing, but definitely he's like reviewing, like, okay, what is family about? Are they real? Right? Are you really my family? And not in the case of claiming each other like family, but I think that definitely from Chandler's perspective, his vision of his community is changing. He can feel also the change coming. So probably he's feeling also a bit emotional himself because he sees that there are some things that are coming to an end. And in this, I don't think that it has to do with Renjun in particular, but I feel like he's like sort of experimenting a change in himself where he's like, oh wow, a lot of things are changing about our dynamic or my dynamic in this group or my dynamic with other members, with other entities, with the company itself. I think that I sense him, both of them are very intuitive, but Chenle, I sense him a bit much more sensitive this time. And he's like, change is coming. I can feel it. Change is coming. So I better stay with my people because change is coming. And with my people, it can be that Renjun is part of his people. Like him feeling a bit much more like protective, but also understanding that there's a lot of changes coming, and he knows it. He knows it. He knows that some things are changing. And he's like, okay, I better work on this that I have with Renjun and probably with the rest of the group, because with the Ten of Cups, I don't think that it's just Renjun. I feel like the feeling is Renjun and the others. This is why the Ten of Cups is me and my community, me and the group. It's like, yeah, Renjun is part of the group because I asked for the both of them, but I feel like it's not just Renjun, it's the whole NCD dream. And he's like, change is coming for us. I can feel it. I can feel it energetically. So I have to hold on tight to them. And from Renju's perspective also, King of Cups, also Seven of Cups. I think that definitely I don't know if Renjun is older than Chenle, but there's something about Renjun feeling much more in control, not so much, but probably feeling a bit much more older or more mature. Like both of them are emotional, but I think that there's something about Renjun being like, I'm much more in control of my emotions, even though I am very sensitive. I'm more used to sort of not fight with my emotions. I know I'm sensitive. I know I have my moods. So I sort of like I take control of this. But I think that he loves Chenle very much. He appreciates. I feel him very protective of Chenle, sort of a father figure, because we have the King of Cups. So it's like, okay, whatever you need. Like if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Like, he's very perceptive, he's very intuitive, he's someone that he's very emotional, so he probably observes every member and he knows what every member needs, because he's like in this very I know that Renjun is a Pisces, but he feels not a Pisces. He's an Aries. He's an Aries sun, but he feels like a Pisces. He feels like a Pisces. Definitely, he feels very sensitive, very willing to help the others, like very willing to give you an advice, a piece of advice. You know, like what do you need? I'm here. But also with the Seven of Cups, I think that he's a guy that he's like, from time to time when it comes to his connection with Chenle, he's like, I don't know, I cannot decipher Chenle. Chenle is a roller coaster of a lot of options. One day he can be this, one day he can be this, one day he can be this, one day he can be this. You know, it's like I cannot figure Chenle out. You know, it's not that I have the key or I have the knowledge about like how to, not how to deal with Chenle, but how to have a better relationship with Chenle. I only know that I have to be open emotionally and I have to connect with him through emotions. But I think that from Renjun's perspective, there's something like sometimes Chenle confuses me. There's some things where I'm like, okay, I think that we are doing great, or I think that we have a great understanding and connection. And then there are moments where I'm like, I don't know this guy. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. I have no idea. He is a stranger. I have no idea. It's like Chenle changes all the time. And I think that there's something here, if you notice in here, all the clouds, you know, I think that Chenle can be very confusing. Even if you are someone as perspective as Renjun, there's something about like, you know, Chenle can sort of like get away from your side and he can disappear and he could just turn into something totally completely different. So he's like, you know, you never know with Chenle. You never know what cup you're going to get with him. If you're going to have happy Chenle or if you're going to have like not, you know, champion Chenle, funny Chenle, serious Chenle, emo Chenle. No, you don't know. You have no idea. But I think that in this case, Renjun comes as a king. So he's like, I sort of intuitively, I sort of understand Chenle. Like I think that with my intuition, I think like I kind of get him. I get why he's like this, and I go along. But this is why there's so many water, because he goes along with whatever appears. So yeah, and also with the card of charity, see. Again, a Cancer placement, you know, Saturn in Cancer, charity. And if you think like there's this woman with the children, the house, and then here we have the family, see? These are all very Cancerian cards, all about, you know, the family, the house, where you belong. So I think that for them, these are moments of transformation and these are moments where they have to stick together as the family that they are. Especially them, you know, Chenle and Renjun. I think that it has more to do with NCT Dream, with that unit of them protecting each other, because I think that they will go through some changes and they need to do charity, because probably they will be asked to be generous to other members or to other groups, but at the same time they have to take care of each other. They have to take care of them, and this is not to promote them being egotistic and just like, okay, just worry about NCT Dream and that's it. But I think that also with the card of charity is like, yeah, you can be generous, but don't forget about your people. Don't forget about your people and the closest to you, and then you give to others. So always generous. Okay, guys, this was great. This was my last reading for today. Thank you so much to the people that recommended the readings, the friendship readings. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you guys on Wednesday for the series of How Do They Flirt. Yeah, we will continue with the sort of like the fantasy readings and all of that. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.